Folks, I'm here today to let you know something that I found that I'm not real happy about. I've been scouting this area that DJ found for about 2 months, and did a trail camera video in here, found some scrapes, and actually the last batch of pictures I got showed 2 nice bucks. I think it's 2 different bucks. 1:45 in the morning, coming out of this area. So we're setting up down and below, and I try to move back down in the area and started walking down. As soon as I crossed over the level, I find this. Now, if you got to hunt with bait or something like that, maybe you shouldn't be in the woods at all, because that's ruined the spot for me. Because I've got 2 months in this place, and now I find somebody's got a salt block and corn and apples and everything else out. So if I get caught by the Game Commission, which this is a heavily hunted area, I don't mind going into the woods where somebody else has a tree stand set up, or somebody else is in the area that I intended to hunt. I'll move down a little bit. You know, there's room for everybody, and I don't mind moving and hoping that I picked a better spot than him, or I'm luckier than him. I don't mind that. But what I do mind is whenever I scout a spot for 2 months and I come in and somebody's got a big bait pile set up. You can't hunt within 300 yards. I believe it's 300 yards. I have to check the book on that one again, but 300 yards of bait. You're not allowed to hunt within 300 yards of an artificial food source. Now, where that spot is, that's about 150 yards from where I've been scouting. So now the game warden comes in, and who's to say that's not my bait? So I can't get a fine, obviously, or I can get a fine, but I don't want to get a fine, so that's ruined this hunting area for me. So what I did is went down over the hill a little farther, put my camera out, found a spot to get two stands up, and it irritates me to death. I was raised the right way. You don't bait deer. You don't take a big pile of corn out. You don't take a big pile of feed out. Anybody can do that. That's legal in some states, and people do it in other states. In Pennsylvania, you can't. So if you can't, don't do it. Don't ruin it for yourself. Don't ruin it for somebody else, because the Game Commission has a phone number in the book. I have no problem calling them, telling them exactly where it's at. And whenever you're sitting over top of your bait pile hunting, the only thing you might see might be the game warden, and he might be writing you a fine about this big. Don't do it. Hunt right, or don't hunt at all. Thanks.